All right, guys, Honey Jefe here. It's part 2. BALDERAS Apiary. It shouldn't be long. Still the 14th of June, Saturday, 2025. I'll talk briefly over here. A lot of brood in the King Clubs, the first one. Quite a bit of brood, good sheets of brood. I did some little frame switching around. I put some of the ones that just a little bit of light comb that were on the outside. I kind of moved those a little bit more toward the middle in the 2 and 8 spaces versus the 1 and 10. Or something along those lines. Put the ones that had a lot of nectar right next to them, switched them around, give the queen a little bit more places to lay. The one next to it on the right, the number 2, the King of Diamonds. Not too hopeful about that one. Didn't see the queen, but I did see a couple of queen cups, which is not great, but I saw a little bit of brood, or a little bit of larva, uncapped brood. Looked like it was about 3-4 days old. Just a little patch right next to the queen cups. I couldn't angle it where I could see if there was anything up in the queen cups. You know, I'm not real good at seeing eggs. I can do a couple of still shots maybe from the video. I can look closer. But obviously at this point, they're not ready for a second box. The one on the left probably could use a second box. It probably wouldn't be a bad idea to combine these two if I knew that the one on the right was absolutely queenless. I'm just being hopeful because, you know, I'm naturally the optimistic person. All right, this is just a box. These guys look pretty good. I don't know if they're ready for a super, but what I'm gonna do is use a smaller super, put on top. Let me show you. So I don't know what came first. If it was me accidentally buying the box first, putting it together, and realizing that this was a shallow. I've never bought a shallow before. And at Man Lake in the store, they don't stock them too much because they don't sell a lot of them. Most people buy mediums and deeps. And so then I bought a box of what I thought was frames. It wasn't the frames, it was just the frames, it wasn't foundation. So finally today I got foundation. So I just want to show you the difference. This is the mediums that I use for my honey supers. Pretty significant difference. So this is all just foundation. I just snapped the foundation in there just a few minutes ago when I was taking my break. And because there's no comb on here, I'm not going to hesitate to feed these guys. Let me put this back over here. I hope you could see that. How much more I got enough for at least one more, maybe 2. So these, I don't think these guys are honey bound. Have like a huge population. There's quite a bit in there, but not. I didn't see any brood in the top box. It's mostly nectar. So I want to give the bees more room. I want to try to get some comb on this. Now this is going to be the only frame, the only box of shallow frames that I own. I'm going to leave the sweeper sheet down there. For right now. I think this is a good option. I mean, I did have another super on here and they just didn't seem to be doing too much with it. A week or two ago. So I took it off, let them fill out a little bit more on the side. Hopefully some of the brood hatched and they'll be able to populate. They got a working population now that can come in here and do some good work up here in the top. Now what I want to do is put a super on here. Sure what I did with the extra feeder trap. Alright, so let's look at this. This is a good population up here. In my opinion, it's considerably more than what they had in the top box over there. This is already 2 supers deep. I'm gonna push all these bees off. Now these guys, I'm sure, have some space down in here and here, and these top supers right here are these supers to still add honey and nectar. So I don't want to feed these guys, even though this is just foundation. But since that one over there is just foundation and only 1 super, I'm going to feed those and they can take what they got. I am going to add buy some more vegetable oil. I got enough for 1 more. Yep. I don't want that to be on top of a super sheet. embarrass myself. So yeah, this is a lot thicker. They might plug this out pretty quick. At this moment, I'm okay with that. I'm gonna come back pretty soon and they're plugged out. I'm either gonna add these two together if there's no queen, just give them more spaces, or add another box. I want to feed them while I can. There is a honey flow going on right now, but it's not far from going into a dearth. Probably about 3 weeks, 2 weeks. I did talk to Mr. Ed today. I offered to go down to him, help him with the harvest. I probably should have said the bottling. But if he accepts my offer, I mean, I'll do whatever he allows me to do. I'll learn from him. He's one of my favorite guys, probably the nicest guy ever. All right, so just so I can say, this is just foundation. There's no comb up here. It takes about 8 pounds, 6 to 8 pounds of honey to make 1 pound of comb. That's a lot of work they're gonna have to do up here. So by the time that's all used up, I doubt that this will be full of even just new comb. But I'll let them take what they can, use it, put where they won't. I won't be harvesting from this hive most likely, unless I come in and see that that's empty and there is very little comb up here. Then I know none of that will be used for honey production. It won't be used in place of nectar. And if that's the case, if they've added comb, I won't be feeding them anymore. And I'll just let them add as much as they can, and if they produce any honey by the fall, I may harvest that, I may not. But I would not be feeding these guys if I had 10 frames of comb. But this is the very first time I've used this size frame, size super. I've had the box for a while. All right, guys. So what do I have here? I added the box here. These were boiling out the top here. So I added a box of foundation. 10 frames of foundation. Give them plenty of room. I just added 10 frames of foundation in the shallow. Saw a little bit of brood over here, not much. Nothing to brag about. I'm not very optimistic. Quite a bit of brood here. So I fed them all this Pro Sweet. And that's the end of my day here at the BALDERAS Apiary. Now I'm going to go on to the Savannah Apiary here. And hopefully I get a chance to add a couple of supers or maybe some boxes. I got about 4 or 5 out there that need it. Hopefully get another box. Guys, I appreciate it. Thank you for watching. It's Honey Jefe here. It's Honey with a J. Like jalapeno, and Jeff with 1 F between 2 E's. It's Honey Jefe. It means honey boss. This is my office.